we're here with Dr. Sanchez at the Family Practice Center. Hi, doctor.
Hi, Irma. How
Well,
are you?
today we're in the ultra slim room because right now he's at beauty.
Yeah. We just did a video on the ultra slim
Yes,
so that you can watch.
but you can watch it later too. Well, today we're gonna talk about high blood pressure, something a very important topic because I mean we can get it actually with the heat, right? Or no?
Well, the blood pressure can go up with anything, any activity, emotions. Stress can do it, lack of sleep, there's a lot of things. Illness, pain. Go to the dentist, you come back, or while you're there, your blood pressure just goes up because of the pain or the anticipation. Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, and that's something that not mostly know that they have it. Is it right? Do they know that they have high blood pressure?
Some people do. Some people nowadays when you go to the dentist, because I went the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I went to the dentist and my pressure was up, and it just happened. So now they're checking the blood pressure at the dental offices. They didn't used to do that before.
Oh, wow.
So and even if you don't have hypertension, sometimes the blood pressure just goes up.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if it goes back down to normal after you visit the dentist, there's no big deal, no problem. We don't treat it then. But if you have hypertension and it keeps on going higher, and it stays there, you need to treat it. It's very important.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, one of the main questions that we have from our viewers is what causes high blood pressure?
High blood pressure is caused by, it can be by constriction of the arteries. That's what causes the blood pressure to go up. But the reason that happens, there's various reasons for it. One of them is just arteriosclerosis. The arteries start getting plugged up with the cholesterol, triglycerides, and the plaque, so the artery gets smaller. This is a very important law of physics. The smaller the tube, the higher the blood pressure. That happens, we know that in plumbing too. The plumbers know this because they work with big pipes. The water goes easier. When if you have a smaller pipe, the water goes faster because you have to have the same amount of water going through that fast. And so in the arteries, it's the same thing. The arteries, when they constrict, the blood pressure goes up. So the blood pressure can go up just as we get older. The arteries get plugged up with the cholesterol, and they also get hard. The whole artery gets harder. When you're young, the arteries are very mobile, very pliable. It's called. They contract and expand very easily. As we get older, they lose that ability. Just like our skin, like our hair, everything else, just our body. The bones get harder too. When you're young, the bones are much softer. They have more water. So as we get older, we get less water. But all the arteries have nerves. They have nerves that are connected, and the arteries have muscles, so it's a muscle that does this. So if the nerve stimulation increases, then the artery is going to constrict or it's going to dilate. It depends on which nerve is working. That's why when you're nervous, the blood pressure goes up because it just causes adrenaline can cause that to constrict.
It's rushing the blood.
Yeah, it increases the blood to go faster, so the blood pressure goes up.
Oh, okay. And how can we avoid this to happen?
Well, the idea is most people will have high blood pressure, hypertension when they're older, because of this process that the arteries get hard. They just get hard naturally. Calcium starts setting in, and that's what happens. But how can you avoid it? By eating very well. It has to do with your diet and exercise. A person that eats less fat, especially animal saturated fats like lard and that kind of stuff. Well, you eat a lot of that stuff. A lot of that gets plugs up your arteries, so you're promoting more arteriosclerosis. When you have a high plant-based diet, a lot of vegetables, a lot of plants. People eat a lot of vegetables. It just helps. It has chemicals that do the opposite. They just clean your arteries out.
Okay.
It's much easier. Doesn't get stuck. A lot of it's genetics. Some people are born with a hereditary problem. They have a very high amount of cholesterol and lipids, so triglycerides. What can you do with that? Well, there's medicines to bring that down, but some people are just born like that. They have abnormal genes. So, but most of us is because of our lifestyle. And so we're overweight, that more deposits of cholesterol are going to occur in your body.
Okay. What are the conditions that can be caused by the high blood pressure? The
most dangerous things are strokes and heart attacks.
Okay.
And that's what we want to avoid. Your blood pressure goes up so high that eventually one artery in the brain just pops. The little vessel will break.
Yeah.
It pops just like a balloon, and then it just bleeds into your brain, causing a stroke. The worst thing is that, because then you become paralyzed, or if you don't die, you become paralyzed, and you might stay paralyzed, which is really one of the worst the illnesses that I see. I hate that. That's nothing you can do for those almost.
That's true.
The other thing is a heart attack. A heart attack occurs and you can die with a heart attack, but now we treat them pretty good. So, but it hurts a lot. People suffer a lot with heart attacks.
How can I know that I suffer from high blood pressure?
You know, it's very easy. You just check it. Do a blood pressure check with a blood
How
pressure
often?
machine.
How often do
Well,
you
if you're
recommend?
young, if you're 20 years old, you check it once a year.
Okay.
Unless it runs in your family. If you have a history of if anybody has a parent that died when he's in his 40s or 50s,
Mm-hmm.
something is wrong. They're more likely to have problems because it's not normal for somebody to die at 50 now.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
People live till 80 without any problems now. This is the standard. So if you lose a parent in their 40s and 50s, I'm suspicious that they might have had an MI, or they've had arteriosclerosis, a stroke, something like that.
Okay.
So then, of course, you're going to check it more often and be more proactive. If you're completely healthy, you're a health bum, you exercise and swim and eat a good diet, then once a year is good enough.
Okay.
And sometimes when you're older, start when you're 18, 19, 20.
Mm-hmm.
Most kids don't have a problem unless there's some other disease.
Okay. Is there any way to treat it once you have it? That's our last question.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways. There's so many medicines now.
Okay.
We've done so much with hypertension. We have vasodilators. We have all sorts of medicines that block stimulation. There's just a slew of medicines. So your doctor will find out the best one for you. And it's really relatively easy to treat in most cases. There are complicated cases. Some people just do not respond, or they have some other problem that
Yeah,
is
that
very
might
severe.
be affecting.
Malignant hypertension, things like that.
Okay.
But thank God those are rare.
Well, that's good.
Most can
Well,
be treated well, and
Yeah.
you know what? If you want to live longer, just check your blood pressure. And now the blood pressure is abnormal if it's over 130. Before it was 140, but we changed the numbers because it's very important. We save lives like this. So
that
it's
way we can
130 over
keep
80.
track of the illness that they might be having, right?
Yeah, you have a better standard now.
Mm-hmm.
We in the old days we waited to 160. We brought it to 150, 140, now 130
Yeah.
because we noticed that's still important.
Yeah, we're taking
Yeah.
care of their health.
Yeah.
Well, if you have any questions, don't doubt to call us 956-668-0044, and Dr. Sanchez here and our other physicians will be glad to help you. Bye.
Thank you.